Hi everyone, welcome to the SEARAME Exchange information session. My name's Elise Moore, and what the purpose of today is to, one, give you a clear understanding of what the exchange program is, the benefits of it, and then I'm going to walk you through it as if I were you, a student, and what you need to do to be able to find out what your options are and how you go about applying for it as well. So first of all, the SEARAME Exchange Program partners with ECFMG to create a program that is very unique to the Southeast Asia region. And how we're different from other elective programs and exchanges is two ways. The first one is that we are very much exclusive to the Southeast Asia region, and we feel that by knowledge sharing between neighbouring countries, where we're going to learn more about medical issues that would be maybe more prominent to your region as well. So we are exclusive to that area. And the other way is we are trying to keep costs down to an absolute minimum. So what we've done is we have ensured that the actual program is for free, so you don't need to pay for a placement fee. In addition to that, we are trying to make sure that you can have free accommodation if at all possible, and most people will get free accommodation. It is only if there's no accommodation left that you may have to seek to pay for your own accommodation. And then on top of that, ECFMG, GEMEX, will be providing grant fund. We are providing grant funds for a number of students to be able to go on the exchange. So it is very, very affordable, and we really want to improve medical education, which obviously will improve healthcare in the future across the Southeast Asia region. So that's why we're here. I work with GEMEX. GEMEX is a global exchange program, but we're working with SEARAME, which is the Southeast Asia Regional Association of Medical Education. That's a mouthful. So we're working with them to manage the system, the exchange system, and also providing the grants as well. So let's dive straight into it. I'm going to try and keep to on point so that it isn't a long video for you to watch. So if you are a student and you're interested in the SEARAME program, first thing is you have to be a student of an institution who is signed up for the actual exchange program. So let's have a look at what your options are and if your medical school is actually one of those institutions. So I'm just going to share my screen, and then you can have a look at so this is a specific, what we're looking at the moment is a specific website that is created for the exchange program. So if you click down here for some real awesomeness, if that's a word, hopefully it is. You've got some general information. I'm going to leave that for you to read in your own time, but what you're probably most interested in is down the bottom. So I will put a link with this email, with this video, so you can go straight into this website and have a look around. So this is the first point of call you need to look at. So if you want to have a look if your institution is part of it and where else you can go, click where can you go. This is just a quick list and also some dot points of where they are in the world. So if you click browse, then you have general information about each institution. So at the moment we have 2 institutions in India, we have 2 in Indonesia, and we're about to have 1 more come on board. We have 1 in Nepal, 1 in Sri Lanka, excuse me, and 1 in Thailand. So what this page offers is general information about where the institution is placed, or a little bit about the institution, but it also just gives you a snapshot of what type of electives are available. So some of the popular standard ones are available, but then there's some really unique, interesting ones as well. You'll see in India there's quite an array there. In India, there's more available there as well. In Indonesia, at this university, the rural health program is a very unique program where you get to really see Indonesia's culture as well. So what you do is you go out in a mobile medical unit, and you go deep into communities that are spread in rural areas. And I think you're away for up to 10 days at a time. And then you would go and visit the communities, you educate the communities, you do health checks on the communities. If there's issues which you cannot address there and then you also look at how you can manage them and how can they get the help they need as well. So it's very unique and quite interesting. I think it would be quite interesting from a medical perspective, but also from a cultural perspective as well. Indonesia, there's in Indonesia, this medical school, they have a unique program. I've never seen it anywhere in the world. I've been working in this industry for many, many years, and they're offering an elective placement which is specific in the management of hospital. And this particular hospital is a Sharia hospital, so they have certain requirements and things like that. So by having a placement and learning how to manage individual needs, each patient will have individual needs and how they want to be cared for, and it's really important to listen to what they are and finding the best way you can help them manage their health issue as well. So I do find this very unique and very interesting. Nepal, I think that's something that is great interest to many people as well. Sri Lanka, there's so many countries with amazing culture. And then Thailand's been very popular so far. So those placements may be filling up soon, but we still have an array available. So this is the first year we're doing the exchange program. So it's a pilot program. We've kept the number of institutions relatively small. And then the idea is that we will grow and grow in the coming years. So if you're a student, what do? Quickly have a browse through your options. If you're interested, there is a system, the GEMEX system, that manages all the details about the institution and the electives that are offered and the application process. So back here, we're going to talk about, I'm going to talk about the process, but if you have we've forgotten about what the process is, you can click here and just have a quick look at the student processes as well. So what you need to do is create an account on the GEMEX system. So here you'll have details on how to do it. So again, if you've forgotten, just go to the website and then you can go through and click through. But I'm going to show you exactly what to do. So what you need to do, you start at gemexelectives.org, and the idea is then you have to establish an account. So this is the first time you use it, so you're new to GEMEX and you establish a GEMEX account. So I'm just going to put in whatever at the moment so that you can see what is being asked of you. And next. Oh, I need to put GEMEX. And then now with the school, some schools are part of the GEMEX Global program and also part of the SEARAME program. So if you see your institution twice, then you need to make sure that you click SEARAME, the one that has SEARAME at the end, to ensure that you're applying for the right institution. You see Lumbini, they have, they're part of the global program and also the SEARAME. So you'd click the SEARAME one for this. Put in ID and then your graduation year and go next, and then you just put all the details in as it asks, blah 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 blah, and then you go finish. Then what happens? It will be a notification will be on the program manager at your school, the GEMEX program manager there. And what they will do is they'll see that you have applied to use the system. Now they will make sure, one, that you're a student of that institution and that's your ID. And once they've confirmed that you are allowed to browse the GEMEX system, they'll confirm it, and then you'll receive a temporary username and password. So what do you do then? So again, you log back into GemX electives, and then you'll click student login, and then you'll put your username. This is my pretend student username, and you'll type in your password. Now, the first time you do this, you will also have to answer some security questions, and you may want to put the exact answers in, or because there are so many, you may just put the answer as 1 for all of them so you don't forget them. It's up to you. I'll let you decide. You also choose a little image so it can make sure that it's yourself. So once you've done that, then you put your temporary password in. You can change these things though the first time you log in. Press continue, then it will ask me one of the security questions, and then we'll just press continue. Then once you will see this, I'm logged in as Elise Moore. You can look through your profile, the information. You can add more information if you want. It's up to you. So under my documents, I haven't uploaded any documents. Now, what I would recommend, instead of you going through so if you click upload, bit slow. You can click what sort of document you want and then upload it. So instead of going and uploading every single one of those documents, I would select an institution that I would want to apply for. So here's a list of institutions, and when you click, you've got more information about the institution. You've got information about the university, you've got more information about the elective program, you've got where they're accredited, their curriculum, and information about each elective that is available as well. So, and see if it's open or closed to make sure that you know you're not applying for a placement that's already closed. So there's more and more information about it. This contact person is specific for that elective. I would really recommend, if you have any questions, click contact us and contact the person that is listed here. So you can go through each elective and see what you're interested in. Really important to have a look at the timelines. It does say fees, but it should be free placement. Accommodation hopefully should be free. There may be other costs for living, food, etc., but other than that, both the accommodation and the placement should be free. Have a look at when the electives are available and also how far in advance that you have to apply. There may be some flexibility, but generally they're the rules of thumb. There's general information about student life there, and then application requirements. Now this is important. So what you need to do is have a look at what is required, the documents that is required from you to apply. So you'll see there's application documents and post-acceptance documents. So you only need to make sure you've got these ones that are that you've uploaded at a bare minimum. You can upload these straight away too. But once you've been accepted, you need to make sure that you provide these two before you arrive as well. So very important to note. Once you know what documents that you are required to have, then you can go ahead and upload them as well. So, excuse me. Now let's say I have chosen an institution, oops, let's go back here, an institution, and I'm interested in some electives. So when you apply for a placement, what you have is you can select 3 options. So put your first one as what your top preference is. So maybe it might be O&G, then it might be general surgery, and then it might be peds. If you only want to do one, only put one preference in. You don't have to fill in 3. Then the next stage will be that you will need to submit the dates, and you can put 3 preferences for dates as well. If you have no flexibility with your dates, only put 1 date in there as well. What you do need to be mindful of, the elective for CRMAs need to be a minimum of 4 weeks, maximum of 8 weeks. The reason for this is that they feel that anything less than 4 weeks, you may not be able to achieve as much in such a short period of time. So if you wanted to, let's say, do 4 weeks ONG, 4 weeks PEDS, you'd need to submit 2 applications. And I'll see by the dates, like which ones you would prefer. They may go, well, you'd have to do PEDS first or ONG first, things like that. If you wanted to split a 4-week elective, the system at this point doesn't allow for that, and we are upgrading it to manage that better. So what you would need to do is put your 2 preferences that you want for the split. So 2 weeks ONG, 2 weeks PEDS, for example. And then you need to email the electives coordinator there to show that and to inform them that's what you are wanting to do. If you don't do that, they will not know that you want to do a split elective. Once they've confirmed it, then we can manually implement the change of the split elective. So just an FYI on that. So to apply, once you've selected an institution you're interested in, then now I can't apply, unfortunately, as this is just a test, but there will be a button apply, and then from there you can go and put your preferences in. So what happens from there once you hit submit, as long as you've got all your documents attached as well, it will, you won't be able to send the application without your institution approving that you can apply for electives. So it's a 2-point approval system. They first have to approve you to look through the system and look at the options. And the second point is that then they need to verify you to be able to apply for an institution as well. So if for some reason it's not allowing you to apply, it's probably because your institution hasn't confirmed that you can apply. So you just need to contact them and they can let you know, they can either verify it, or if there's any issue with that, they can let you know. How you can see who to contact, under where you go, no, wrong person, sorry, wrong point. Under apply for a bursary, there's a list of the contact people here for the different institutions. So you can find your contact person there as well. Okay, so then you apply, your institution have let you apply, your application is then sent to the host institution. Now they will go away and see if they can approve you. So they can change your status to show pending. So what that means is that they've received the application, they're going through the paperwork, they've gone out to the hospital where you'll be working at and the department, see if you can get a placement there, and they're just waiting to hear back from them. Once they have that confirmation, they'll change your status to verified, and then you can always log in and check what your status is on your application. So you can always come back to your profile and have a look. Now, once you have, let's just go back, institution list. Let's say you have, under my applications, it will have your details there about where you've applied. From there, you liaise directly with the institution, and what they'll do is they'll send you a confirmation letter, and that will help with visas, things like that. You can ask them for if you've got any specific questions, but they'll also provide information about housing and what to expect, those sort of things. You probably won't get your actual detailed schedule until you arrive. So when you arrive, students usually arrive on the Saturday or the Sunday prior to starting, and then on the Monday you start with an orientation, and that's where you get your details about what you'll be doing for the placement and what you can expect, what they expect of you, and you probably give them a white coat and things like that. If they require you to bring a stethoscope or white coat or whatnot prior, make sure you do bring that over, because you don't want to be looking for it once you've arrived. You won't have that time available. So then you complete your elective, hopefully you have an amazing time and learn lots. If you want to share your amazing experience, we have a GEMX blog that you could write to us about and let us know about your experience. So we'd love to hear about it. Then once you've finished, we'll direct you back to the original website that we were looking at. And then, oh, I missed one point. I'm sorry about that. There's a pre-departure form. So prior to you leaving for your elective, you need to, it's just general information about your travel details, emergency contacts, things like that. It's a safety thing. It is required, so please make sure you do it. But it's just a brief form that you need to fill out. Once you return, then you've got post-elective, I suppose, a couple of tasks to do. Within SEARAME, we were all about knowledge sharing, and we were trying to figure out a way that we could not only have the individual student learn, but how can then they teach what they've learned. So what you are required to do is hold a presentation. We've tried to make it as easy as possible. We've got a template you just fill in, so it's information about what you've learned, the networks you made, culturally, what did you experience, what are the differences, what are the differences in the systems, those things, things that you can really pass on that knowledge to your other peers as well. So you are required to create the presentation and present it to your peers. We do not stipulate how many peers, but we would like to see as many as possible. You need someone to take a photo of you presenting and to make sure that we can see the audience as well in those photos. Once you've done that, then there's two things you need to do. There's a post-elective survey. You can actually fill this in before you do the presentation. So it's a little bit lengthy, so allow a bit of time to go through the survey. You can do it on the at the airport whilst you're waiting to come home or whatever it might be, but it is a requirement, so please fill it in. Then once you have presented it and you've got the photos, then you just click here and you attach the presentation and photos here. Now you have about 2 weeks after you return to complete those tasks. The reason why we only give you such a short time frame is because we feel that all the knowledge is going to be fresh in your mind, and the longer you leave it, the more you might forget. So we'd like you to do it within a 2-week bracket. If that's not possible for any reason, contact us and then we can see about extending that timeline. But if you don't contact us, you need to do it within 2 weeks of returning. So then once you've done that, you will also receive a certificate of completion as well. And then hopefully you can continue utilizing the networks you have made and the information you have learnt to really grow your career and improve healthcare in your region. So that's a quick overview of what it's how to use the system and what the system is about. I do recommend you just browsing through this website because it does have a lot of information, how to create an account. Now bursaries, I haven't touched on bursaries, sorry. As I mentioned at the start, ECFMG GEMX have provided some financial grants for students to travel. If you're not sure of how much they are or how many there are, you need to contact the your electives coordinator or this specific person that is mentioned here, and they can let you know how much they are and how you could apply for one. They are limited. Unfortunately, we don't have a money tree out the back that we can pick money off, but definitely worth looking into. And how the bursaries work is we pay the student directly, so you'll fill out a bursary application form And it usually, at this point, it's taking about 48 hours to come through, but I don't want to say that that's norm at the moment. It's just working very, very smoothly. But I would say between 48 hours and a week, it would take roughly for the money to be transferred into your account, assuming that you've given us all the correct details and things like that. So you do need to complete a wire transfer form and then attach the wire transfer form to the online form for us. There's lots, I get a lot of questions, same questions frequently, and I completely understand. There's similar concerns and also just general questions that every student has. So if you want answers straight away, I'd recommend just going to the frequently asked questions page, and you can browse through them there. I'm slowly trying to add as many as possible, so that you can have answers quickly on demand. But if you can't find the answers there and it's something I could help with, just click need help and our details will be brought up, and you can either contact us this way. The other way is through this number. This number, whoops, here, this number is also a WhatsApp number. So that seems how the frequent way people are contacting myself at the moment. So feel free to do so. I'm in a slightly different time zone. I'm based in Brisbane, Australia, but I should be able to answer things as soon as possible. So I hope you found this of interest, and share it with your friends if you like. I hope you're excited to be part of such a wonderful program. We have tried to keep costs at a bare minimum. We have an absolute mission here to try and improve medical education and the healthcare across the Southeast Asia. And this is how we want to do it. So please embrace it, please utilize it, because it is here. We don't know how long it will be here for, but hopefully for a long, long time. As long as you guys keep using it, we'll be here. So enjoy it, and I wish you all the best for your career. So what I'm going to do is just close, close the screen down. You got me on big screen now. So once again, thank you so much for your time, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you very much. Bye.